Now I was about to kick off another episode of Straight Politicking. Alex Alonso, 101 on all your favorite platforms. And I'm here with my co-host, Munchie B, the mayor, Martin Munchie Luther King, my bad.
Yeah, man, get it right, man.
And we got a guest co-host in the house, Ricky Roy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And,
back again.
Thanks for coming back again, man.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate you pulling up. And it's crazy. After we shot our last episode, all three of us, I think that was the same day, right? The same night, we in and out at this.
Yeah, we ran into each other. We ran into each other. Yup. I was just finished filming my pod too. I was a little wavy, but I was like, "Oh damn, you just told me you'd be around the way."
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, you said I'd be everywhere, bro. You can catch me anywhere. I saw you right there in Venice.
I grew up in Venice because my kids all went to school there.
Okay.
So I grew up there as a grown man. I spent I don't know how many years since Grandview Elementary, which is on Grandview in Venice.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Mark Twain is the middle school that a lot of people go to. I don't know if that's technically. That's still Venice?
That's yeah. My mom wouldn't let me go there.
Oh, for real?
Mark Twain, Palms.
And
I went to Palms, yeah, because my mom was like, they over there gangbanging. They got little sets and stuff.
Palms
she
is
knew
the
all
middle
about
school?
it. Yeah.
Or what about Paul Revere?
That's like Palisades, like.
So that's more active? Palms is the most active?
No, Mark Twain. My mom
Mark
wouldn't
Twain.
let me go to Mark
There's
Twain.
a lot of essays at Mark Twain.
Yeah, she knew they had a little set up, the tree, the table. They was like, nah, these little kids gangbanging already. You're not about to go here.
I think Sawtell is a hood close to Mark Twain. You ever heard of them dudes?
Sawtell, that's in
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, some of the homies' parents is from there.
Yeah, and then of course they all three of my kids went to Venice High.
Mm-hmm.
So all them years, I'm in Venice every day picking them up, hanging out.
It's a great place to be.
Oh man, it's like one of the best parts of the city, man.
That ocean breeze during the summer.
Man.
Come on now. Come on.
And I know my kids used to tell people that didn't live in LA, lived in different places. They'd be on social media. They see they go to Venice. They think this is like the dream school.
Yeah.
The glamorous school to go to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any other high school.
No,
it's just in a great spot, though.
Hey, you know
For
what?
sure.
I went to Marindale Ray during high, and if I would have, when I got kicked out of there and graduated from there, I would have probably ended up at Culver City or Venice.
Yeah. See, I wanted to go to Culver City or I wanted to go to Palisades because I feel like that was the path that my school was on. Because I went to Palms, I didn't go to Mark Twain. So I wanted to be like with my friends and stuff, and they had like better facilities and stuff. It's a lot, like you said, a lot of people think it's their dream school, but other schools in LA have better facilities. Hamilton had a recording studio.
Right, that's a performing arts school.
Yeah, it's a performance arts school. I wanted to go there as well. A lot of my friends, they were part of that like jerkin era, like Langston, Deshaun. They were making all those jerkin songs at Hamilton and stuff. Can't remember the producer at the time.
Nipsey went to Hamilton.
Okay. Michael Jackson too. Wait, not Michael Jackson. One of the Jacksons, Tito or something.
Oh, for real?
Went to the Hamilton?
Yeah. The Jacksons.
Hamilton's a good art school.
Yeah.
Hey, if I would have known, like, younger, I had the intel I had after high school, I would have chose better high schools to go to because it was nice looking females at Culver City, bro.
For surely.
But I caught on too late.
Where'd you go? You went to Morningside?
I went to Morningside and I went to a gang of like continuation schools. I graduated from camp.
Yo, the way we would hear about like Morningside, like Audubon, Inglewood High, we just thought it was a war zone. Dorsey, bro.
Oh yeah.
We thought it was just full on race riots every day. Like these are the worst kids in LA. Dog.
It's crazy about Dorsey. that Crenshaw High and Dorsey rivalry. It used to be police escorts.
For sure.
Escorting the school bus when they played against each other in football.
100%.
That was crazy, man.
100%.
Yeah, I went to Dorsey. That's what my high school diploma says. Even though I went to Hollywood High for most of my high school.
That's a famous.
Did my last semester at Dorsey. Yeah, Dorsey turned up.
Yeah.
You walking on that campus, you better, at least back in the 80s.
For sure, have some pause. But Dorsey always was like the fly school too. Like everybody would tell me Dorsey had the like best looking females and stuff like that. Like all the pretty girls in LA would be at Dorsey and shit like that.
When I was young, they used to say Westchester was the fashion show. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man.
All the light brights for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to. We were talking off camera about this song. First song that really encapsulated LA gang culture, and y'all thought Snoop was the one that put that on.
Yeah.
But it's a song called Radioactive by Royal Cash. And we're talking about either 82 or 83. And of course, that predates Snoop by a decade, right?
Yeah.
Snoop debuted on The Chronic, right? On that song with Dre.
That song we talking about is to America's Most Wanted with
I know,
Tupac.
but I'm saying when we first heard of Snoop as a rapper,
Okay.
it was a few bars he spit on Dre's album The Chronic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 92.
Okay.
So this song right here is 82 or 83.
10 years before he was even thinking about making music.
No, I'm sure he was thinking about making music in the mid 80s. But I'm saying when he finally did get on a record,
Yeah.
And got his shine.
that was 92.
Okay.
So it's funny that y'all thought that was a
The blood, cuz, gang
Gang
bang,
bang.
and
Yeah,
everybody
for
in those slanging. You gotta
Yeah.
have paper in this world. I thought that blood, cuz, gang banging was Snoop Dogg thing, but you said that came from Royal Cash.
yeah. I'm gonna see if I could play a clip real quick. I don't know if I would call it banging on wax.
Yeah, because I was about to say, hold on, now we gotta rehash all of that. You know what I'm saying?
And you say he's from the East Coast, right?
Who?
Radio.
No, I think he's
the
from
Royal
he's from-
Cash.
It's Radioactivity, Let's Jam Rap, MC Frosty, and Loving C. And you know what's crazy? I tried to look these two dudes up a while ago, and even though you do a search online for MC Frosty, Loving C, Radioactivity Rap, you'll find it. It'll come up. But these two guys, there's like nowhere to be found. Mr. MC Frosty and Loving C. No, they have to be from LA because it's a LA song. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know. I would need a time machine to know what's going on with that. You said 82.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I was born 7 years later.
Yeah, I remember riding the RTD bus, hearing everybody playing this song on the bus, and let's put the headphones on real quick, and let's see if I could play a little clip of it. It's not too difficult to find this song, Radioactivity, Let's Jam by Royal Cash, two rappers, and let's just play a short snippet of this old school, I'm going to say early 1980s, 82 or 83. Here we go. There you go.
Hey,
That has got to be the first song
hey,
ever to reference.
hey, they could sue Snoop.
No, I'm sure Snoop got his permission. Unless, no, you know what? Some of these rappers, I'm going to tell you, they don't get the permission.
Bro,
They just do it.
He bit the first 6 bars.
No, for sure.
Wow. And then that Last Bang, Cali is active. They got that from this.
Shit, that's
Okay.
crazy.
All right.
Hey, yo, they did their thing though.
Yeah, they done bit off this song like 3 times.
Hey, you guys are a little too young. But everybody who was a kid in the 80s, early 80s, because this was 82, 83, this song was banging everywhere. Everywhere. When I hear the song, even now, it makes me think of the way the streets of LA was back in the 80s, which was just turned up, just crazy turned up. I think dudes was doing drive-by shootings listening to this song. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, Snoop bit it. And then I don't know who that Cali is active.
Is that
Bang.
West Coast Connection? Is that
The Dub C.
yeah, Let's Bang?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think. I don't know. It might have been some Battle Cat type shit. I don't know, but
That beat was hard, though, wasn't it?
yeah,
That was dope.
yeah.
No, he did his thing for sure. He did his thing.
I
You
don't
know what
wanna
it kind of sounded like? I was like, okay, this is when you get your little piano and you got that bass beat in it with the slap, and then they built something around it.
Mm-hmm. No, you can really build behind. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, they did their thing. They did their thing on that. That's
80,
crazy.
82.
I want to get the exact year because I'm saying 82 or 83. It's hard for me to remember, but I'm
Whatever
sure.
year it was, my dad didn't even meet my mom yet.
But low key, music was so hard to make back then. They had to, this had to be a production. If it was that popular, I'm sure Snoop had to get some kind of permission.
You know what made making music in the 80s a little bit easier, even though you're right, it was a challenge because you needed equipment.
Right.
But that challenge was erased by what?
By what?
Let us know.
Everybody was slanging yayo.
Oh, okay.
So I need a beat machine. I need a microphone. All right, I have that tonight.
Yeah.
You know.
But look, you know what stuck out to me though was the bass line. I was like, okay, they were really in there recording. You know what I'm saying?
I would guess most of the 1980s LA songs, 82, 83, 84, 85, majority financed through drug money.
For surely.
Word to Easy.
Yeah, and the Eazy-E's late 80s. That's 87, 88, 89, you know. So I don't think it was the only challenge, Ricky, was the money.
Yeah.
You know, I know I want that beat machine over there at Circuit City. Well, how much is it?
The local dope man.
It's $1,500. I ain't got $1,500. All right, I'll go get that. I can get $1,500 today. You know, on the street.
And what was that, like a day and a half of work?
In the 80s, if you slang 1 ounce of yayo, that's about $1,000 to $1,200, depending on how good you cut it up. You know, some people cut up some nice pieces, a little bit small. You know, you like to short. If you like to short your customers, you get $1,200 out of an ounce.
Yeah.
If you curb serving, giving chunkier pieces, you get $1,000, and you can slang an ounce in a day.
Yeah.
In a day, it's depending on how hot the spot is. I'm sure Inglewood had spots that was rolling back in the day. Because I know some ballers out of Inglewood in the 80s.
Yeah,
multiple ballers.
It was like a drive-through.
So
I heard all about it.
Yo, the way that these documentaries make it was like kids, like 12-year-olds had knots in their pockets, you know, like at least a G on them. That's crazy.
And I'm having a tough time finding MC Frosty and Love and C. I've seen no interviews with them. I don't know what they're doing. And they were kind of like one-hit wonders. They didn't really have an illustrious career. They didn't, you know, continue throughout the late 80s and 90s. But it's like that song is iconic.
So who were some of the other big acts when they were around? Like people that you did see interviews of and stuff, like you heard on the radio?
Like locally in the early 80s, you had Toddy T.
Okay.
And Toddy T's done a couple interviews. He had the Batarram song.
Okay.
The Batarram. You really can't stop us, baby. I think that was 84. And then there was this corny group in 84, 85 called the LA Dream Team. You know,
Why you call them corny?
Because they didn't do street music. They just did more like happy-go-lucky music.
Yeah.
The LA Dream Team is in the house. Yes, we're here. The Dream Team is here. Oh, yes, we're here. The Dream Team is here. But as corny as that was, it was big. It was big. I thought it was corny back then.
Yeah.
So that was my ear.
Yeah.
Well, the corniest rapper is the dopest rapper from Philly. That's Will Smith. He didn't do no cursing and rapping about none of that. You feel me?
It says here that the Radioactive song was 84. So, another one. So, this other channel has it as 83. So somebody will know exactly
around that
what year.
time. Yeah. You were saying 82.
82, 83. Because I remember taking the bus to the Fox Hills Mall in 82.
Okay.
That's when I first started taking the bus for the first time. It was 7th grade. Yeah, I used to walk to Wilton Place. You didn't take the bus to go to elementary. But once I got to 7th grade, and back then middle school started at 7th. For y'all, it started at 6. They flipped that script in the 90s. But so when I got to the 7th grade, that was 82 on the bus, and I feel like the song was bumping either my 7th grade or 8th grade. Everybody in junior high was listening to that. Gang banging.
For sure.
You know.
It's the start of it.
That's when I got exposed to it. 7th grade, John Burroughs. Damn, there's gangs up here. Yeah. Everybody gang banging at John Burroughs.
Hey, you know it's crazy. That's what my dad said. Man, it's crazy. These kids, they grown and start gang banging. We was gang banging in elementary.
Oh yeah, that's bizarre. I don't think I used to say when I was in college, I used to do a lot of interviews, and I remember talking about gang culture is introduced to a lot of people in LA as a 12, 13, 14-year-old. That's when you get put on.
For sure.
But we hearing now, dudes getting put on at 25 years old, 30.
That's crazy.
30 years old getting put on.
You can't get put on at 30.
That's when Snoopy Badass got put on to Hollywood. He was 30.
Nah, y'all lied to
No,
me.
he got put on in 2015.
So who was beating him up? Some youngins?
Yeah, but
He got put on by a dude that was younger than him named Cudahy. Rest in peace.
Yo,
But
that's crazy.
that
That's
community
crazy.
didn't know his real age.
Yeah, they didn't know.
They didn't know that, cause you know he got a baby face, like, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, he in his 40s, bro. Right now, he's still talking about he 30 something.
Yeah, he got put on in 2015. Although he'll say that he was put on in the early 2000s, but he was from Paris, neighborhood Crip in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's not the only one. I don't want to just single him out. There's quite a few dudes in their mid 20s that were first getting affiliated with a set, which is crazy.
I mean, I've seen that a lot with like hanger-ons and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they just kind of didn't know what direction to go after school, and they were always hanging out with a certain group, so it ended up happening. But they don't got no like community ties. Like some of those people just pick up and leave, and you never hear about them again. You know, because they don't got a family or nothing that's like connected or any real roots. So I feel like it's just some looking for a home type situation.
Yeah, I think because of the out migration of black folks in LA, because there's black people in LA is a shrinking population.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has left, and it started in the 90s. It actually started in the early 90s, going out to Rancho Cucamonga was one of the first places black people wanted to move to, get out of LA.
Mm-hmm.
Then it became Moreno Valley, then all of the IE, then Victorville,
Palmdale.
then the High Desert, Santa Clarita, Palmdale, Lancaster. So that has dropped the black population in LA.
So where do we sit at like right about now? When's the last time you looked at the
It
census?
was like 9%.
9%?
Yeah,
Damn.
9% of LA is black.
You know, it kind of feels that way.
And it's
though,
below
too.
the national. You know what the national average is for the whole country?
14.
Around 13, 14, yeah,
14,
somewhere in there.
okay, yeah.
But our young ant community, that H-Trade community, is still black.
Yeah.
That the Westmount community, like between Century and Imperial, Van Ness on back, is still black.
Hey, we got white people walking around now, Munchie. In Westmount, I got folks over there. We got white people walking around now too. It's getting gentrified.
But they still got a heavy black presence. You know what I'm saying?
For surely, yeah, for sure. The dip, all that, iconic spots and stuff. The little shopping strip on Crenshaw and stuff with all the good.
Are you
food.
familiar with that section?
Yeah,
Westmont?
yeah, I got family over there. Yeah, all
Okay, so
throughout
we're talking
there.
about.
Ain't nothing on Crenshaw Westmont though.
What you mean?
Westmount, like that's everything east of Van Ness.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's whatchamacallit, Inglewood. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying it's still very much so black and Mexican.
Right,
I do
right,
get what you're saying.
right,
That
right,
whole
right.
little pocket right there is still very much
The
so.
blackest area is on the west side of LA. Lamert Park is still pretty black.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Munchie said, the A-Tray area is pretty black.
Baldwin Hills.
The Crenshaw district.
Yeah, the Crenshaw district is pretty black. But shit, it could change in the next decade.
Yo, LA changes every 2 years. It doesn't even take a decade. It's like biannual. A neighborhood will change on you completely. Like Venice got gentrified overnight. They just came knocking on doors. $1 million, $1.5 million.
Did you ever hear of the Oakwood Plan, published in 1988?
No,
No,
I thought you were talking about the recent petition to change the name of the park.
nah. It was written by the Pacific Division. It's called the Oakwood Plan. The title, she says Oakwood Plan. In the Oakwood Plan, it names families and it names individuals that they want to get rid of out of Venice. It's really the laid the foundation for the gentrification that came to Venice.
2007?
Oh, 1988 Oakwood Plan.
1988 they were
Yeah.
plotting on this.
Because it really starts in the early 90s.
Because the feds came through in 2006? 2003 there was a big fed sweep
Yeah.
in Venice.
I mean, it takes a good 10, 15, 20 years to really transform a town.
But yeah, I mean, those families it's so small. It's only like the makeup of it is a few families.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it probably wasn't like that hard. You can look at people's last names and they repeat through generations, even yearbooks and stuff like that. So yeah, damn. Take them a minute to get them out of there though.
If I had my hard drive, I'd pull it up and name off some of the families in that Oakwood Plan. But it's pretty crazy. Like, it took me years to get the Oakwood Plan in my hands. No one wanted to give it up. People were denying that it existed. I even started to question, oh man, this was a rumor. And then some stranger was in my email inbox and said, I heard you've been looking for the Oakwood Plan, and sent me a copy.
Wonder who it was.
Some
Maybe one
complete
of them
stranger.
former Pacific Division dudes, you think?
I don't know.
Drew a conscience?
I read about it in another book about Venice, and I contacted the author of that book because she referenced it. When you reference something, that means you looked at it, you read it, you got it.
Yeah.
So I hit the author up, and the author said, "Oh yeah, I got that Oakwood Plan. It's in my storage. It's in a box. Give me a couple weeks." I followed up, and kept following up. Never got it from that person. So then I started thinking, they never got the Oakwood Plan. They heard about the Oakwood Plan, referenced it. I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't want to put the author out like that because technically that's plagiarism. You referencing something that you didn't have in your hand, that's plagiarism. And then boom, I got it. It's crazy.
I would love to see that and send that to some people in the community for sure, like that organize and stuff, and want to keep the black presence because there's a lot of complaint that the Bulldogs aren't around anymore. They were like kind of lacking in resources, and I don't know. I feel like it would be good for people to see.
Well, it's going to be in a documentary.
Okay.
On the history of Venice.
Okay. That you're working on.
That I'm working on.
Fire.
So I don't want to put it out there.
Yeah. No, do your thing.
It took me so long to get it.
It went all in good time, all in good time.
And I'm working on that documentary with another brother named Bone. So it's just.
It's funny you saying all in good time. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but he takes his time, right? I mean, he with the perfection thing. You feel me? Yeah. I mean, it might be 2050 when that come out.
Yo, I saw you guys talking about that last time. I think it was maybe an episode or two ago. A few brothers passed away on you that you wanted to work with. Monster Cody being one of them.
Well, yeah. But with the Venice documentary, take a guess when was the first year we started shooting on it. We went to Venice Hood Day. And we shot the whole Hood Day, which was amazing because Mexicans and blacks were there together at the park.
Yeah.
Guess what year was the first that kicked off this whole documentary, and we still doing it. And it ain't really my fault because we got other people on this project.
What year?
I'm almost embarrassed to say it.
2010. I'm gonna shoot you.
I ain't gonna
close. Ricky Close.
I ain't gonna be surprised, bro.
Ricky Close. We went to Venice Hood Day. Actually, they call it Community Day. They don't like
Community Day.
Community. They don't like that. When you say Hood Day. What's his name? Stan Muhammad. Like no. It ain't Hood Day. It's Community Day. 2013. 2013. We started that.
Okay.
So
2013, you might catch me in a couple of them shots.
Is that right?
Yeah, you might see me.
You pulled up
there
at Oakwood Park in 2013 or 14.
For sure. I used to go to Community Day. You know what I'm saying? But when I went away to college, I was kind of like, all right, I don't know if I'm gonna be coming back. Doing this too many more times or whatever.
Hey, y'all gonna reference Sugar Bear from Venice Showline in this documentary? Have you heard of him?
I'm not sure. We may have interviewed him. Is he still around? No, we interviewed Cisco, OG Cisco.
I don't know if he's still alive, but he legendary. He had broke out of jail with a bar of soap. He had shaped it like a gun and used the grain of coffee to paint it the color. He broke out like he a legendary figure from Venice. Venice show. Yeah, dude named Sugar Bear. You got to get up on him.
Yeah.
He was, and I think he the dude that subpoenaed all the high-ranking people, Mexican mafia dudes from all these prisons to all come down at the same time to come to court for him. You never heard of this, Alex?
Man, I got too much in my head.
Yeah, man. Nah, get up on Sugar Bear though.
We may have even interviewed him.
Is he still alive? Is he free?
We started these interviews in 2013.
Yeah,
so.
I think he's been locked up for a very long time. If he's still alive, man, you got to get up on him. No, he interesting.
Well, we did get one of the founders of Venice Showline. So, Cisco, that was his name. And then we interviewed some V13s. And on one of the community days we went to, they had a picture of every deceased Venice dude, black and white photo, along the fence. Went around the whole park. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they take it serious.
No, it is very serious. They got the generations and stuff and all the people that passed away underneath every generation. They always hang up some kind of banner for sure. Yeah, Venice is a beautiful community, man, for sure. It has a rich history as well. I love it.
Hey, before we move on, it's funny. Okay, now what I be telling people that's from out of town, when they come to these gangs and communities out here in California, you got to judge the people, not the place, because it may look clean and all that, and you might not even know that you in somebody's hood, right?
Yeah.
So I think people get that messed up with Venice, like where Ricky's on No Jumper, and they talking about, man, you from Venice, like Venice ain't L.A.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know unless they know.
Bro, I done been in jail with Venice Showlines that get they Crip on, like, No, like for real. What are you talking about? Venice is L.A.
Yeah.
Far west.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where they get that from.
I don't know either too, because I remember as a kid it feeling like real treacherous too. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to keep your wits about you. Like obviously now as an adult after high school it felt a lot different as the gentrification was happening and stuff. But I remember like those early days, like when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? Like going up to the park and stuff, and it definitely felt like attention was in the air, you know, and I could start to notice like some of the kids were just different from me, you know what I'm saying? Whether they be older or the same age as me, like, you know, it's just a presence type of thing. So I don't know. I think a lot of people too though, Munchie, they don't make it to that side of town. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, he was telling me like he had homies that never went to the beach, and it was only, you know what, 10 miles away from where he grew up or whatever. And he would go down there. He was adventurous and stuff. You know, he would be all around the city, similar to myself. You know, he kind of ventured all around. So I don't know. It's just experience, bro. And every hood goes to the beach. Every hood goes to the beach.
I was just a kid that was all over. I was on the buses and shit. I was in Marine Ray. I was in Venice. I was in Culver City. I was in Long Beach, Carson, Inglewood. Because I never went to school by my house. I always got kicked out. So I used to get on the bus and have to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Go live life.
Yeah, Venice was, it's iconic for the city of LA. It's one of the most important communities of the LA, in my opinion. It is extremely diverse. It has got a rich history of Black Americans migrating to Venice in the early 1900s. A guy named Abbott Kinney. Mm-hmm. This is all in our documentary. Abbott Kinney was a white guy that went to Venice, Italy as a teenager. And he wanted to build a city like Venice with the canals. Mm-hmm. So he brought black folks, two families from the South. The
Tabit, right?
Was it the Tabers?
Yeah.
The Tabers, and there's another family, and he allowed them to bring more black folks to live in Venice.
Yeah.
He was open to it.
He took care of them too.
He
like
did.
Made sure they had good positions. And
the Tabers and the Reeses.
Yeah.
The Tabers and the Reeses.
They want to name Oakwood after, I believe, the Tabers, and everyone in the community is against it. Of course, I was for it. Yeah. I was like, yo, these are historical black people. Like, this is the essence of Venice, bro.
They built Venice.
Yeah,
they dug those canals.
Yeah, these families built Venice. Yeah. What we love, like, you know, the little Sunday walk through the canals and stuff that everybody does. They're responsible for that. And, like, I feel like people just don't want to let go of like the Oakwood name and the history and stuff. But it's not like, I feel like a lot of renaming erases community, like knowledge and history and stuff. I don't feel like this rename would be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, honestly, when they change the name of parks and things like that, they still go by the like, what's that, Ted Watkins?
Which one?
Ted Watkins.
Ted Watkins Park was that's the new name.
But what's
it was Will Rogers.
They still call it Will Rogers.
Yeah.
Or Sidnella Park.
Yeah.
They changed to Edward Vincent Jr. Park. Nobody call it that.
Yeah.
Sidnella Park. It'd be kind of hard to shake the old. You know what I'm saying?
People are gonna call it Oakwood forever. You know what I'm saying?
So it don't really matter.
Yeah, I thought it was a good gesture, but you know the community gets to speak and say what they want.
If I was in Venice, I would have voted for it.
Wait, you said they're gonna call it that forever?
They want to change it, I believe after the Tabor family. I don't think it was the Reese family.
But it only takes a couple generations to lose a name.
Well, why Will Rogers have it?
It's because that's new. That's pretty. I mean,
or
not
Sidnella,
new, but
or Sidnella Park.
Everyone eventually all these names are lost. Look at Martin Luther King Boulevard used to be Santa Barbara. You don't know. You don't hear anybody calling that Santa Barbara.
How long ago was that?
No, I'm saying that's what, after a while, after a couple generations.
Yeah, I know. I want to know what year was that when it went from Santa Barbara to King.
Oh, I don't know the year. Like I'm having a tough time calling Obama because that was rodeo.
Right.
But after a while, ain't nobody gonna call that rodeo.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a little easier for that to go away. Rodeo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. It could be, but man, I don't know. It's just when you're from Venice, you just feel like that's the entire world, right? You know what I'm saying? It's so close knit. Everything feels like a family. So the name I know, like, at least with my generation, some of the younger kids and stuff that we seeing now, they're gonna still call it Oakwood. Like, that's all they know. But their kids might, call it Tabor's Park or whatever it may be. And maybe it's a reset that the community needs, because, like, even though Oakwood is like a bonding place for the village, there is a lot of trauma there as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's very different. Venice is very different now.
Yeah, it is.
So I just feel like with a lot of stuff too, the city just does things. I saw someone from Munchie's side of the woods talking about, we weren't showing up to these city hall meetings, and now we got 3 stadiums and back-to-back traffic all weekend, and we complain about it in the fourth quarter when we need to be complaining about it when it's being constructed. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
cities will just do things if they want to. Eminent domain is the thing. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know, how many terms do a mayor have?
Which city?
I'm very perplexed. Also, city to city.
Yeah, city to city.
Okay, well,
LA didn't have term limits for a long time.
Just keep
But
being
what is it
mayor. I'm
for?
trying to figure out when
3?
Mayor James Butts is getting out of Inglewood, bro. Like,
Maybe Inglewood doesn't have. LA didn't have term limits until the riots.
I'm gonna have to look into it. I thought in California it was all for like the mayors. It was straight across the board. I didn't think city to city the term limits was different.
Yeah. When the riots hit LA in '92, Tom Bradley was the mayor, and he was in his 4th term. he was in his 4th term.
Yeah.
And then they decided we can't just be having people be mayor forever in LA.
Right.
So now it's a 2-term limit
So
for LA.
Did they feel like towards the end he was too comfortable, like, mismanaging things? Because he has an airport built after him, right?
Yeah,
Or
what
terminal?
after him.
What happened
Yeah.
in '92 was everyone remembers the chief of police, Daryl Gates. Tom Bradley was the mayor. These are the 2 top officials of the city. They never talked to each other. They didn't like each other. So Chief Gates was the chief from 77 to 92. What's that? 25 years or
Jeez
something?
Louise.
Yeah, and then Mayor Tom Bradley was mayor from he got elected in 74. So he was going on 20 years.
That's 77 to 92 is 15 years.
Okay, yes, 15, and then Tom Bradley was 20, and they felt that some of the problems were having these people sitting in their positions for so long.
For sure.
Contributing also what happened in '92.
No, for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
So now we only have 2-term mayors, 4 years each for a term, and now 2-term police chiefs. It's 5 years per term.
the police chief has to answer to the mayor, though.
No, here the mayor cannot fire the police chief.
But he's still above him, though, right? He can't fire him, but he
Yeah.
can put
certain
fire in
cities
his
you can-
ass for sure.
Certain cities, the mayor can terminate the chief. LA is built where the chief is appointed and he stays until that appointment is over, or unless he does something criminal. The mayor can't remove a chief.
In a city like LA, I think that's reasonable. I'm not gonna lie, because then it could just be all about optics. Something bad happens in the city, crime is up. Oh yeah, he wasn't doing his job. Let's get rid of him. But LA is like a monster of a city to manage. You know.
Let me see here on term limits for the mayor. Mayor of Inglewood can
I've been
run for
wondering this shit
re-election consecutively. For example, Mayor James Butts was elected to his 4th term in 2022.
You over it, Munchie?
Man, bro, he need to go.
What's he been doing? What's he been doing foul?
Man, hey,
An incumbent. So basically, an incumbent, if you're already the mayor, you can keep running as long as you keep winning.
Yeah.
So
but you didn't answer the question. They say he did 4 terms so far, right?
yeah, it says here,
Yeah.
the city of Inglewood allows incumbents to run for re-election consecutively. So if Butts is at his 4th term right now, that means there's no term limits in Inglewood.
Yeah, man.
Something drastic has have to happen in order for them to implement term limits.
You know what? I'm not good with judges and ex-police officers being mayors of the city.
Yo, Inglewood, y'all are on the up and up, Munchie. Inglewood is transforming, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling him. I was telling him that as a newer, this is one of the most gentrified areas in recent years. Of course,
Yeah.
Venice went through their whole thing. But man, they got stadiums now over there. They got professional teams over there.
Yeah.
It costs at least $800,000-$900,000 to buy a house in Inglewood, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
a mill probably entry right now for
Okay.
sure. It's got to be a mill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, they definitely have transformed that town.
Yeah, they got the marquee and everything. It's looking futuristic.
Oh yeah,
over there.
on that green background when you drive down La Brea
Hey,
or
check
no
this
La
out.
Cienega. Welcome to Inglewood.
Yeah,
Inglewood
they got a
Police-
few of the marquees.
Inglewood Police is one of the very few police departments that don't wear body cams.
Well, that needs to change.
Yeah, that'll change soon.
That needs to change.
Yeah, there's a lot of police departments that's changing now.
There should be no police department or sheriff department.
Here's what I want to see change on these police cams. You should not be allowed to mute the audio during an investigation or an arrest of someone. You notice they mute it, and here's the sign for the cops to communicate to other cops to mute. So then they all mute up when they tap their chest 2 times, Munchie. Boom, boom. Then they all mute up. And then we don't know what the heck they're talking about for the next 4 or 5 minutes.
And it's like a 5-minute delay, then it automatically comes back.
No,
on.
they turn it back on.
Oh, that's
The
crazy.
cameras are still going, but there's no audio.
Yeah. Why
That
would you?
should be
You're not
illegal.
doing anything bad. Why would you need a mute
Exactly.
on a recorded?
Exactly.
device? Come on, bro.
And if you watch these First Amendment audits, cops do this all across the country. They mute their cameras for about 2-3 minutes. Hey, we got to get this police report right, man, because he technically he was not. We didn't have to force him out the car. Yeah, you're right. So what we're going to put on the report? Oh, okay. Well, it's collusion.
Right. Yeah.
And they're muting it.
Yeah, 100%.
So that should be illegal. That's going to happen probably in 10 years from now. First we got to get everybody with cameras. And then we got to have a policy of how to use the cameras properly.
And all of it is just for show, for sure, because they can, give out all this equipment and technology, make any changes they need to within an instant. We're seeing it with the ICE raids, you know what I'm saying? These guys are knocking down doors with, it's stuff they weren't even giving the Marines when they were in Afghanistan.
All right, man. I wanted to, since we got Ricky here, I saw you on an episode. I don't know if Munchie was on that episode, but I'm surprised you was going in on whack. I was like, damn, Ricky going in on whack.
No, I wouldn't even
So I
call
had
it
to bring
going
that
in.
up.
No, they was just speaking his truth. I wasn't there for that though. It was you, Tam, Lush.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about how can we improve the work environment if it was that one.
Yeah.
If it was that one. Yeah. I wouldn't say going in. I think it's just, like Munchie's saying, is just speaking the truth,
It was the truth, though. But sometimes the truth can be going in on somebody.
True. Yeah, I mean, however you interpret it. But
Yeah.
I felt like the main thing I wanted to bring coming into No Jumper was, a sense of camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? We all on one team. Let's, be good for each other, play for each other, throw lobs to each other conversationally, whatever it is.
And you got on the show because you won a contest?
Because I won the contest,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I was excited to pod with Wack because, as a viewer looking from afar, I thought he's very entertaining type of thing, I seen him share a couple of ideas about where he feels like, black community should be heading as far as our youth and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I see where we align and whatnot. But we just had a couple of awkward moments that I feel like more so he forced than we're on me. You know what I'm
He
saying?
don't mean none of that stuff he says, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not tripping, but I just feel like I'm a cool dude. I'm a relaxed dude. Like I said, you can Jones on me, you can make fun of me all you want. You know what I'm saying? Just let's keep the threats where they need to be.
Now, let me ask you this. Did it start because the last time you was here, I think we briefly did talk about him. I don't know. I don't think it was all that. Maybe it was more negative from my perspective. I think you chimed in a little bit, and then I think immediately he kind of said, "Hey, what was you doing talking about me on that show?"
Yeah, we had a little conversation about that, and I was just like, yo, I don't know the details of your case or anything. I'm not
Oh, that's what it was.
Dude,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to look into that. I was like, if you get in a settlement, I hope you get the money, bro. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with me. But I guess he thought maybe I was aligning myself with you guys, but I'm not parasocial. I understand people have complicated relationships with one another. You guys have been in this space way longer than I have, but I can't be choosing a team, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my podcasting reps up, be entertaining, but also talk about some real stuff here and there and everywhere. LA has a rich podcasting scene, and I want to collaborate with a lot of people because, when we work together, we're better in any instance,
Right.
Especially as black people, bro, we got to work together. We can't be tearing each other down and starting these fake controversies and whatnot, We're not in the reality television space, so...
No, I thought the way you addressed it was spot on.
Nicely put.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And 100% accurate.
With no disrespect, just keep cut to the chase, clean cut.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But hey, bro, whenever I'm saying anything about whack or towards whack, that's just how I feel. I don't need no alley-oop or no help from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to drag nobody into nothing. And even when his name come up, I suggest that certain people sit the conversation out because you ain't ready for that internet ish he be on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but you know what I mean? But
and it's crazy because since he really went up on me about, I was actually defending him. I was the only person in the room that was saying things favorable towards him. Mm-hmm. You know, so I don't know, man. Like, it's just the internet. People, you know, they be playing little games on and off camera and whatnot, and they have their own agendas and stuff that, you know, I'm not privy to, and I don't care to, like, really, you know, partake in that part of the game.
Well, you might look forward to podding with Crip Mac when he comes home, which will be in the next few days.
I'm not gonna lie, I am looking forward to podding with Crip Mac.
Yeah,
I am, because he is so funny though.
You're probably better off focusing on doing some podding with Crip Mac over Cashless Jones, because one, you're not gonna get like any sort of pushback and no plays being ran on your name or anything you say. You know, I think Crip Mac, I'm not a fan of Crip Mac, by the way, but I definitely see that he does bring some entertainment to a whole lot of folks.
And he be in himself.
Yeah. And I just don't like that rambunctious type of, I just heard him on a county jail phone call the other day.
Oh, for real?
5-5. He was doing all that gang shit again, Munchie. Even though I thought he was on probation, he couldn't do that.
He gonna violate before he even get out.
I think he was on the phone with Lupe or somebody. And so I just wanted to give a quick update. He is currently in the LA County Jail. He has a court date this week, and there is a thing called a flash. You ever heard of that term?
Yep.
Munchie? I'm sure since you've been in the county jail quite a few times.
You get a 10-day flash.
A flash hold.
Like 10 days in the county.
Now, when they do a 10-day flash hold, is it a full 10 days or they can let you out sooner?
You can get out sooner than that.
Yeah. So my guess is Crip Mac should be out this week. In fact, by the time this episode drops, he should be out if he's on a 10-day flash hold, which is what happens when you go from the feds back to the county, because he was already on state probation when he caught this gun case.
Yeah, I ain't gotta be a fan of you to say free you, because you know I ain't with the jail thing. You know what I mean? So like free that dude. And he got a new baby girl. He didn't get to meet in the flesh yet. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
Yeah, come on to your
That's
daughter.
That's a big coming home.
So if he's getting out real soon, Ricky, I'm sure that there are plans for him to go up there. I'm sure that's going to be the first place we see him. Have you been in any of those conversations?
No, not yet. But I just assume, you know, Adam's got something cooked up. I'm sure he's going to want to do content, just him, you know.
Them two, huh?
Yeah, them two type of thing. That'll be a good reintroduction to the fans. I don't know, was he, because I'm not going to be, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really the biggest Crip Mac fan either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's entertaining to a degree. I like reels of Crip Mac. You know, like, show me what he did in 60 seconds or less. I haven't really, like, seen him sit down and talk to too many people on camera or whatever. I've been catching up on it as, you know, anticipating his return. But, yeah, no, we haven't said anything, but I'm hoping I could do, like, a news with him or something. Or they're saying they're going to do another No Jumper guest search. News. So I hope to be a part of that, or host search. Sorry, I hope to be a part of that. Maybe Crip Mac will be a part of that. I just think he's an entertaining dude. The more I watch of him, I can't help but to like laugh with him.
Yeah, I actually laughed at him, like got some laughs out of him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they try to compare the 4Xers and the Crip Mac thing, but Crip Mac actually funny on accident. I never once laughed at nothing 4Xers did. Like when Crip Mac found out that what's his name? Old Town Road?
Lil Nas X.
When he found out Lil Nas X was gay, he said, "Oh, cuz that." Hey, that was funny because before, man, he was getting up dancing, he was doing a little dance to it. He's like, "Oh, we got Crip Mac," you know what I'm saying, embracing the opening gay man. Huh? Hey, that was funny.
Yeah. No, they don't. I feel like Crip Mac, they don't make gang members like that anymore. Like 4Xers vibe to me is like hardcore gang banger. You know what I'm saying?
No, they got the Crip Macs.
Like
they not in front of the camera.
Machine,
no, they got the Crip Macs. They not in front of the camera. But they got Crip Macs that every hood.
Yeah, for sure. I can imagine.
They just not. They didn't get the virality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think who would Crip Mac mesh well. The only guy he really meshed well, he's not there anymore. That's Brick Baby. Because I can't see Crip Mac, Young Ant, and Munchie together.
No,
you know, you could probably adapt to a doing something with Crip Mac.
No,
for sure.
anybody on No Jumper except for me and Young Ant.
Oh yeah, Lush, of course. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying something that would be entertaining.
Yeah, him and Spody could definitely do something
I
together,
think
for sure.
anybody on No Jumper can.
No, I don't see Spody and Crip Mac having a conversation that would make sense. Spody's a like low key intellect.
Yo, Spody has been doing his thing for sure.
I like Spody and Munchie and Young Ant for sure.
Nah, for sure. We got 3 hood philosophers on one show. You know what I'm saying? Munchie be, added in with the comedy and stuff too, That's a good little combination they got going, with Flock as well. Nah, but I feel like, Crip Mac can't. He's just going to get in there where he fits in.
There go Flock. Flock the ball with Crip Mac is crazy.
Yeah, like we can't. I don't think we need to do like a news episode. We got to do like bigger topics,
segment.
like Crip Mac. What you think about this? You know what I'm saying? And just get into some
You got to bring up
topics,
the wine. The what's that fouls the
Epstein files?
Epstein files to him.
Yeah.
Oh, cuz, fight, Crip. He was busting Six's asshole, bitch.
Yo,
no,
you five me is the best though. That's my favorite. You five me? That's the best.
Hey, no, free that dude. He gonna be home in the next couple of days, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. Can you believe, y'all? Can you believe that maybe a year and a half ago, we had a couple guests come up in here, and one of the guests that we actually had in this studio is holding a Grammy right now.
Oh, that part.
He is holding a Grammy right now, Munchie.
Who is that?
This guy is holding a Grammy. He just won one over the
Lefty
weekend at the
Gunplay.
Grammys.
Lefty Gunplay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people say he only won a Grammy because he said 4 words.
So what?
What is those 4 words? Spooky, hilarious.
So what?
Spooky,
Hey,
scary.
bro.
No.
Hey,
What
look.
is
The most
Scary,
memorable
spooky,
parts of
hilarious,
songs
and-
be hooks and bridges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give him he did his thing. Yeah, he everybody go check out the Rich at Heart episode. Me, Mariah Hayes, and Lefty Gunplay. You feel me?
I might actually repost that.
Mm-hmm. He was in here promising everybody cars and get their titties done.
Yeah, but also Kendrick Lamar, he grabbed him
Sweet.
five extra trophies.
Sweet.
Go ahead, you figured out the 4 words.
Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Can you imagine that? Just that. That's not even a hook. What's that? A bridge?
That's a bridge.
Supposed to
out.
be like a bridge, yeah.
a bridge
yeah,
out.
He
yeah.
got a Grammy off of a 4-word bridge.
Yo,
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing.
That's the power of Kendrick Lamar.
It's the power of Kendrick Lamar, but also too, Lefty is a special individual. I want to say that Lefty does have some star power. Like my barber was like, "Oh, I know y'all gonna be hating on Lefty up there. Y'all be hating on the essays, getting that Munchie. He like Munchie been sweating us and whatnot." But Lefty's got some star power, and he said that Kendrick told him he's what the West is missing. And I feel like there is some truth to that. You know what I'm
man,
saying? For sure. We need somebody from his community to represent LA in the new school in a great way.
Hey.
I love to see it.
Shout out to y'all barber, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Alex, my witness, I was hold on. The comment section is very fickle. That be what you want week, it gets you the next week.
Yeah.
Bro, I've on Street TV, I've been bashed by the black community because I take up for the Mexicans too much. Right or wrong, Alex?
I think that it's a mixed. You get mixed reviews. Sometimes you're getting bashed, and sometimes they're saying you ain't going hard enough. It's just weird. I don't pay. That's why I don't pay
No.
attention.
No.
to
I ain't gonna
these
act like
comments.
I don't comment dive. I don't let it bother me, but I'm aware of it. But it was like when Lefty said that he wouldn't want his baby to date a black man, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's what that's probably how he was raised. And I
That's
think
common.
all our grandmas or mamas probably done said the same thing.
That's common.
So when I said that, everybody's man, well, you're hip hop and that. Man, that don't have nothing to do with nothing. So when I was saying that, I was getting bashed. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I think it is? Because I was kind of surprised to see you have that take as well. We know when it comes from them, it's coming from like a real place of prejudice. Like my pops, I remember being in a car with him and him asking me like, what kind of girls you like? And I was like, I like them, like pretty much all of them. But like right now I'm dating a like Latina girl, and I think that's pretty cool. I've been digging the Latinas lately. And he was like, you think you're ever going to be with like a black woman, like settle down with one? And I was like, I don't know, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal or whatever. Like I wasn't saying anything for or against. And he was like, nah, when you grow up, you'll change. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it's nothing like home cooking. But I know he would let me and accept me doing anything. Versus in some of those households, bro, you really can't bring a black
but
dude
see,
home.
my take was with that as far as Lefty go is because I vibed with him, spoke with him on and off the record.
Okay.
And I know that he not a racist or he a genuine person. You know what I'm saying? He said like he said he ain't never had sex with a black girl. I'm like, never? Cause you rapping now?
Yeah.
He hit all the big booty sitches.
Yeah.
You feel me? But you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I don't know, I get it from both ways, I guess.
I mean,
Pause.
even with Tommy Guns though, where he came out recently and he had, you know, some words about black mothers and stuff like that. It just sometimes, man, coming from that community, you know, some Hispanic people, not all Hispanic people, because there's definitely a lot of people that believe in.
He's the
you
black
know-
skin, right?
Yeah, he's the Blaxican.
See, his take is not respected based on the town he from, the population, and the
Right.
amount of families that's in that town.
Well-
So you're not qualified to have that type of take.
But my point being though is like we know that they have a history of really not liking us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you said you've hung out with Lefty the man, right? And you think that he's not a person who holds like a lot of prejudice in his heart. If his daughter actually brought home a black dude, how do you think he would react? Would he just be like, oh, I'm gonna be cool, I'm gonna be cordial, but I'm gonna like,
If I was to guess on a hypothetical, I think he'll eventually get over it.
okay,
You know, all right,
I can
man,
respect
man,
that.
he goes, man, you pretty cool, man.
I can
Shit.
respect that. I can respect that. I'm not gonna sit here in front like, oh, he's got to be cool with it right away. I can respect some human error and growth. You feel me?
Now, there's a history that Ricky's referring to here in Los Angeles only. You know, we got the fire bombings and in the projects in Boyle Heights of a black family by Mexicans.
Hazard projects,
They got
big hazard
indicted.
projects.
We got the shootings down here in 204th Street throughout the 90s and early 2000s. We've got multiple examples of Latinos exerting a certain amount of hate, not only towards blacks that are in gangs, but black people who are civilians.
As
you know,
well.
and the reverse is not true. Now, of course, Mexicans are going to say, yeah, there's times where black people have ganged up on us at high school or beat us up. But in terms of what's been recognized by the government in terms of criminal activity, ain't no blacks ever been indicted for no hate crimes against Mexicans.
Right.
We've got multiples from the San Fernando Valley in Canoga Park all the way down here to Hazard Park.
To Compton,
To
Compton and Long Beach, to Torrance,
yeah, I
the
don't know.
harbor
If,
area.
I don't know if those guys in Long Beach have ever been indicted for the hate crimes though. But we do have multiple Mexican hate crimes against blacks. Now, a lot of them are going to say, "Yeah, you're right, Alex," but that was the '90s and early 2000s. You don't have nothing in the last decade.
That's cap.
Well, no. I don't think there's been any hate crimes against Mexicans in the last 10 years.
Against Mexicans or Mexicans.
Mexicans against blacks in the last decade. You know.
But you know what we feel like someone from my generation is we feel the residue of it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my Hispanic homies' parents, they cool. You know what I'm saying? They never made me feel that way. But in other places, other groups, you know, like if they take me to a party or something like that, you know, I could kind of feel it a little bit. Like I get it. And, you know, I'll just chalk it up like that. Like, you know, no harm, no foul. I'm not on that type of time. I can understand if you reserve because of whatever past that you've had, especially with like the older generation, you know, it's there for sure. And
But-
even some of the homies would put us on game like, oh yeah, like, you know, her uncle just low key said some foul, you know what I'm saying? But like, we not gonna really trip on that. But yeah, he kind of tripping. Tio over there tripping. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't like to just shed light on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of black and Hispanic communities that blend together well.
Oh,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And Watts is the poster child city for like blending black and brown. They mesh well together in Watts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
And like,
for sure.
like even the Adams community, Adams there, like the Harpies is cool with the 20s and the BPSs, and you got the Watts Video Grapes with the Grape Streets. It used to be Inglewood Threats, Inglewood Family for a long time. That was real cool until as of recently, but it was very good for a long time.
Right.
Like it ain't all bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, for sure. Like,
and I grew up with blacks, Mexicans, and Tongans.
yeah. And LA is diverse. Like you said, Venice is very diverse. Like on the ground, us growing up together and stuff, it doesn't feel like there's this majorly overwhelming tension. But when things get like elevated, you feel it. You know what I'm saying? But we feel like a family any other time. It's like, nah, that's my boy. Like you'll see people like, oh, they're tighter than this person and this person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna say this:
it's a real thing, but you right. We shouldn't have shed.
I think 75% of hood black dudes that had sex with a Mexican girl before. I don't know if it's the other way around with Mexicans and black girls, but for sure, man, all my peers, we didn't have sex with a Latina. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
All right, well, Lefty got 1 Grammy, which is amazing.
Shout out Lefty, bro.
And Kendrick was in 3rd place in terms of the history of the most Grammys as a rapper.
Yeah.
But as of the this last Grammys, he's been elevated to the 1st place.
He passed up Jay-Z.
He won 5, and you're right, he passed up Jay-Z. Kendrick Lamar has 27 Grammys as of now.
So he got Jay-Z by 2 Grammys.
He got Jay-Z by 2 Grammys. Jay-Z has 25.
And
Is
Jay-Z
Kanye showing on your list?
Jay-Z ain't gonna never catch up because he ain't doing music and dropping no more.
Kanye used to be number 2 on the list, but since
He
Kendrick Lamar took that top position,
Okay.
bumped him down to 3. He has 24 Grammys.
Okay.
Oh, man, my
Yeah.
boy.
He's done too, by the way.
Yeah.
He'll
Kanye
never
done.
get another
Yeah,
Grammy.
I don't even think Jay-Z will do any sort of Grammy level music anymore, right? He's a mogul now.
He's
a
gonna
big-
do hated on the young generation music.
Listen, if Jay-Z drops, it's very likely he's gonna get a Grammy. If he
Especially-
drops a whole album,
especially if he drops with his wife too.
oh
right?
man, get
That's the
outta
cheat
here.
code.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's the cheat
That's the
code.
cheat code.
Oh, they
Hey,
gonna
you know
sleep.
what? Hey, Jay-Z's probably in the lab right now saying, "I'm not gonna be number 2. I am not gonna be number 2."
I'm probably
No,
the,
Right?
for real though, for real though.
I gotta come
am I
back
the
with some
minority
fire.
that's not a Jay-Z fan? I think so.
I think you are. Yeah.
No,
I think you
actually, I've never really
Really?
embraced Jay-Z. Yeah.
Yo, I had to just do my homework. Like I just had to sit down and listen to a lot of Jay, and I was like, yeah, he's that guy.
I
You know,
listen
not
to-
just his raps, but what he stands for, everything he's built, the history. Like that's why yesterday when we had that conversation about Jay-Z and if he's ever done any funny business to get where he's at, I'm like, yo, bro, we can't do this to our heroes. We can't do this to the
I agree
people
with you.
that represent us in society. Like, bro, that story it's just an American story. It's not about just Black American.
So
like,
let me ask you this: would you put Jay-Z in a top 10 list of all-time rappers? You, Ricky.
I would, yeah, I would.
Munchie, he's not in your top 10 list, I'm assuming.
What you talking about as far as accolade? Like what we going?
Just as favorite rappers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think I have him in my top 20.
Okay.
In my top 20. I never liked his cadence. Like if you really listen closely to his voice, it's actually irritating. Right? And I'm big on voices. Like Nas' voice is just like perfect.
Right.
When you hear him flow, he's got that voice. I used to love listening to Big Pun because he had that voice. Something is off on Jay-Z's voice, but he does spit bars.
Yeah.
He sound like Kermit the Frog.
But I think that's what adds to his legend is that he's not a person who's like physical voice is an instrument, but the way he hops on beats, he's so in the melody,
I
in
agree.
the pocket.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? To where there's so much stacked against Jay-Z to where he shouldn't have been that guy. He shouldn't have been the favorite to come out of the East Coast. Even he had to deal with Biggie. You know, he passed away, God rest his soul, untimely, but like,
Biggie had the voice.
yo, he
I
was
was
the
just listening
guy.
to him the other morning.
Yeah.
That voice is worth $1 billion.
100%.
Okay, now look, I got the list of Grammy winners here, and it seems to me, and we're talking about rappers and voice and cadence, none of these people are really true rappers except for probably Kendrick Lamar and Jay-Z. Oh, okay, we'll put Kanye. Oh, no, we got Eminem. All right, let me give you the list here.
Yeah.
Number 1, of course, Kendrick Lamar, 27 Grammys. Definitely top-tiered MC. Jay-Z, 25. We're going to call him top-tiered. Kanye, 24, top-tiered. And then Eminem comes in 4th place with 15 Grammys. He's definitely top-tiered. Even though I've had a podcast co-host in here hate on Eminem multiple times, and I don't know why.
We
I
know
think
why.
because he's a white guy.
No,
It's because he's white.
no, no, because he had a bad experience with 50 Cent,
Okay.
and they got the correlation.
All right.
Eminem and
I
50
think
Cent.
Eminem is amazing, even though he's a white guy. That don't matter.
Yeah.
15 Grammys. Now, after Eminem, 5th place, Pharrell Williams, 13 Grammys.
Whoa, you think that's a question mark? Pharrell is a musical genius.
He's a musical genius, but he's a great rapper.
No,
This is a rap-
he's a great
this is-
artist.
He's a great artist.
Yeah.
It's
This
a
is a
difference.
list of the most Grammys won by rappers.
MCs versus rappers. I mean, MCs versus artists is two different things.
I would like
He's
to
a great artist.
I would like to see the projects that he's being awarded for.
Yeah, for these 13.
I would like to
Okay.
see that because I think if you were to look at the projects, he has at least 2 groundbreaking projects.
For sure. Okay, so after Pharrell, Pharrell is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5. We got Lauryn Hill at 8. She ain't done nothing in like more than a decade.
Yeah.
She was a genius herself.
Yeah.
Andre 3000, my favorite. I'd say my favorite artist from the South.
The South
Yeah.
got something to say.
Yeah, he's got 8 Grammys. Dr. Dre, 7 Grammys. Great artist, okay rapper.
Yeah.
Right.
He never wrote nothing. So no. He just a musical genius.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I like so far I don't put Dr. Dre in that rap category. I'm not putting Pharrell Williams in that rap category, but great artist nonetheless. And this is crazy. After Dre, Outkast was 6. So
He
you
on that
got,
twice.
You got Andre 3000.
Yeah.
He got 8. I guess he got 8 Grammys as a solo artist.
Oh,
And
that's
then
amazing.
Outkast was 6.
Wow.
So hold on. Okay, you can add that up then.
Yeah, that's
He should really be bumped up in the list, but I guess it's separate.
yeah, it's separate because technically Big Boy is part of those 6 to where he's not part of those other 8.
When I heard Andre, I was thinking I feel like some are missing for sure. Because I know, didn't he get some? He got like later in his career for like the Idlewild soundtrack.
But
and
was
stuff
that
like
was that under Outkast? Is that a group thing? That's see. So you got 6 with
I
Outkast
think
and
it's
8
a
with.
pairing. Yeah, I think it is.
And then number 10 on the list is a rapper that I almost think there's 2 rappers tied for 10. They got 5 Grammys. Drake and Lil Wayne.
Where is Snoop Dogg? He got done dirty, for sure.
My next question
He was
is
too early.
how many rappers are some of the most revered MCs that don't even make this list?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, there's a lot of names missing.
You have
from
to
there.
finish the list for me to say that.
I mean, just think of rap like you just said. Snoop Dogg. Snoop
How
Dogg
Snoop
definitely
not
has a
on that
career.
list?
He definitely has a career where
That's
he
what
should
I'm
be
saying.
in the top 10.
So he not on this
Yeah.
list?
No, he's not on the top 10.
No, he not on the list at all.
Well, this is just the top 10. So I don't know if he's
Oh.
ever won. I don't know if he's won.
Nas is missing a lot of Grammys too.
Man, yeah.
They're too early. They're too early for the art form for their music to be appreciated at such a high level. Well,
That's a good point because
Air quotes.
the hip hop didn't get into the Grammys until the late 80s. And that's when your favorite rapper Will Smith won.
Yeah,
They're
man.
too
For
early.
Parents Just Don't Understand, I believe, which was the corniest song of the year. You had Rakim. These are other rappers you had that year. I think you
Yeah.
had Rakim. You had LL Cool J.
Oh, LL not in the top 10.
Oh yeah, LL.
That's crazy.
Yo.
LL has more platinum albums from his first freshman album
Yeah.
than any other rapper. He came out the gate platinum. I think he has 9 straight platinum albums.
Damn.
Not on the list.
It was political back then. It was too
Yeah.
political for the real art form to be appreciated. That's what it was.
Oh, that's crazy. LL not on there.
Yo, that's crazy.
And I think Kendrick Lamar benefits from being a new artist, relatively new. The last 10 years.
You know what's interesting? I can't believe Drake only has 10 Grammys. We're seeing like a
No,
shift.
5. It says here
5?
5. He's tied with Lil Wayne. 5.
Oh my god.
At number 10.
Yo, that's insane. But we're like seeing this shift where like the pop guy that you think should be the guy that's sweeping at the Grammys is not appreciated by the Grammys, and the hardcore rap dude is the guy that they're toting in Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like there's definitely a huge shift of like what's valued.
No, it ain't
for
because
the-
that's
for
a
the
mix. That's a
Academy.
mixed list. Because the hardcore rap guy, then you get down to the mid of the list, it's more artistry than.
No, those are hit makers, Munchie. Everybody on that list is hit makers. Why is Pharrell so high up?
No, but when you say hardcore rap guy, for real, not a hardcore rap guy.
He's
So
a
that's
hit
what-
maker though. Dre
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
hit maker. Andre 3000 is a hit maker. You could say he's rapping his ass off in them songs, but he's making hits. Everybody can sing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Could rock out to some Andre, to some Outkast. Like, come on, man. You know?
Hey, be on the lookout for Jay-Z's next music
Oh
project.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's your prediction.
Yeah, because I'm sure Jay-Z's got a ego like all these other guys.
Oh, for
He was
sure.
number one. Look, he was number one when Kendrick had 20 Grammys. I'm sure he wasn't thinking Kendrick is about to win 5 Grammys or 22. Kendrick had 22, so I'm sure he wasn't thinking Kendrick's about to get 5 Grammys.
He had to when
I didn't think he was gonna get 5 Grammys.
he had
off
to
of
when he
this.
booked him for the Super Bowl. He had to see it coming.
5 Grammys. Hey,
I wonder how Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper performed at the Grammys because everybody was hating on that. I was like, okay, now everybody's true Kendrick's colors get to show when it's not just LA pride. All these LA dudes was hating on that record, you know? So I wonder how that performed at the Grammys. But yeah, so when we had this discussion, who else could have competed with Kendrick in these Grammys? Like, even if their music was submitted or not submitted, nobody made
At
a
this
better
time?
album than GNX.
At this time?
At this time, yeah. Or just recent releases that you could think of in the past couple of years in hip hop. Nobody has a GNX. I remember when I heard Whacked Out Murals, I was like, yo, what is the rest of the tape gonna sound like? You know?
Kendrick a beast.
He's a beast for sure.
Yeah, he's been the artist for the last 2 years. He's been the man. All of 2020, 2024, when the battle started. When was that? Mid 2024, the battle started.
Drake should have left him sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, Drake should have backed up.
You
off
shouldn't have
that.
woke him up.
He should have dissed him on his albums. He should have waited to address that. He should have been like, I move, at my time. The hip hop it dictates you have to be like more aggressive.
But I don't have respect for J. Cole. You shouldn't have apologized and took it off of streaming platforms. You should, because it's a competitive sport. It's hip hop, bro. You don't apologize for a diss song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did he go below the belt or something? Did he say something that disrespectful?
Well, I guess the narrative that I believe, the prevailing narrative, is that Q called him and said like, "Hey, bro, this is not like we're not sporting right now. This isn't friendly competition. Like we about to get into some real type, issues."
Well, he could have went silent and I apologize, bro.
Well, there was a rap artist last year that was all the talk of the Grammys, and he's an artist that I can honestly say I've never heard a song of.
Tyler the Creator?
Not Tyler the Creator. This guy was all the Grammy talk about a year ago. He's from the South. He's T.I.'s boy.
From the South, T.I.'s boy.
Killer Mike.
Oh, yeah. Nah, but Killer Mike deserved his Grammy when he got his shine. That was good for hip-hop. I believe for so. Because I've heard a lot of...
Why have I heard of any of his music?
He's like your rapper's rapper. That's what he is. I don't necessarily bump a lot of his music, like Run the Jewels and all that I think he was a part of. But I've heard a lot of people that are like real, like, I don't care about the melody of this song. I want to hear rap. Like my uncle from New York and stuff, he totes Killer Mike a lot. He sends me a lot of stuff. And Killer Mike definitely shreds mics, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not up on him.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. I'm not up on him.
Nah, that was an artsy win. It was an artsy win.
Remember that about a year ago?
Yeah.
I think he was the guy last year.
Kendrick was hype on it. He took to Twitter or something and wrote a long thing about how this is good for hip hop, and he put it in a song too. He put it in a song. Yeah.
All right, man. I wanted to pivot to this crazy story. I don't think I got a chance to tell you about this story, but it's about a police officer who was arrested and charged with sexual assault, and then the city pays out the victim a significant amount of money. Put your headphones on because I'm gonna play a clip.
Okay.
And then he is sentenced to a significant amount of jail time. And I have a clip here of this crazy story out of a town called Sanger. City of Sanger, Sanger. I believe that's up in Northern California.
Okay.
Let me play this clip real quick and get your reaction to it.
New tonight, a convicted cop will cost the city of Sanger millions of dollars in a sexual abuse settlement. The former officer's victims continue to suffer trauma from multiple assaults. Action News anchor Christina Lopez joins us from the live desk with reaction from the attorney of one of the victims who suffered the abuse for years. Christina?
Margot, attorney Nicholas Wagner says his client, a 73-year-old woman, was sexually abused multiple times by the very person who was sworn to protect her, a police officer. And now she's one of about 9 people who have come forward with similar allegations of violent sexual abuse and harassment going back as far as a decade ago. A warning, the details in this story may be difficult to hear for some.
A major victory in the case involving a former Sanger police officer who repeatedly raped and sexually assaulted women over a period of 6 years. Last week, the city of Sanger approving a victim settlement of $5.25 million.
She can move on with her life now.
Fresno attorney Nicholas Wagner says the multi-million-dollar compensation is an acknowledgement from the city of Sanger, but only offers partial closure to his client, who suffered at the hands of former police officer J.D. Torrance for years.
It's the authority issue, the power issue that is so damaging in this case.
Wagner represents a total of 5 clients, various victims who suffer from painful trauma from years of sexual abuse. Wagner says the first reported assault happened in 2016. and his most recent in 2022.
That was 6 years he went where he wasn't stopped.
His law firm is aware of 8 or 9 people who say they were victimized by Torrance, with the possibility of more.
Torrance did this over a period of 5 or 6 years, and he did it on a rather regular basis.
His tactic, coercing his victims, ranging in age from 29 to 67 years old, to get inside his squad car.
He actually was convicted in some counts of kidnapping because he forced women into his police car and wouldn't let them go while he raped them.
Last February, a jury found the former officer guilty in federal court of sexually assaulting 4 women while he was on duty. 8 women testified against him.
The judge sentenced Torrance to 5 consecutive life terms, which is the equivalent of about 240 years when you're Torrance's age.
Torrance's actions represent one of the most serious betrayals of public trust possible.
All right, Munchie, Officer Torrance is a brother, man. So that it kind of hurt me because I always hate to see the black man be the oppressor.
Yeah.
You know, but we got to report it.
Yeah.
But this is significant because of the amount of money. This is like more money than you get when the family sues when the cop kills you. When a cop kills someone in your family and you guys settle, you might get a couple million, $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
This one victim got $5.2 million from the city of Sanger.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who that was that said she could move on with her life now. No, she can't. No, bro, that's a couple of abuses, sexual, mental abuse, all that, right? And 2, damn, hold on. He said from 2016 to 2022.
22.
Yeah.
I mean, five life sentences. I mean, shit, justice is served. Because I'm glad he didn't get away with that. You know what I'm saying? Or get a slap on the wrist, because that's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of these few times where you see a cop. Here's the sad part about it. This cop got maxed out, but he's a black cop. You notice a lot of times these black cops be getting these severe sentences. There was a case in Minneapolis where a black cop accidentally shot a white woman, killed a white woman. They charged him, and they maxed him out. You know. So I think there is a pattern where if you black and you mess up, oh, you going down. You going down as a cop.
And she was an elderly lady. So I guess she was 69 at the time, but when she got paid out, she was 72.
73.
Like?
That's what I thought it was. Like, I thought it was probably taking into consideration, like, the ages of the women and stuff like that, especially the senior age women, because when they throw in charges like elderly abuse and stuff like that, like, that's got to start shooting up everything you're doing, right?
But kidnap carry life.
Oh, for sure, kidnapping.
So if you
I wonder what his rank was. Do we have any information on his rank?
If I was to guess, he was a regular patrol dude.
The town of Sanger is just right outside of Fresno, so it's not too far from here.
Yeah, when I heard that, I started to wonder, like, oh, were these people that were like native to the land and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, like reservation type population or whatever. I know they get taken advantage of a lot, and they don't, ever get their stories told. 2
things I want to point out on these blades where prostitution is real prevalent. A lot of them police be pulling over, getting some action, right? That's 1. And for 2, I was watching these body cam things on YouTube, and the dude pulled over and got in the back seat, and he's supposed to be transporting her to the station, and got in the backseat, had sex with her. The idiot locked himself in the car.
Oh my God.
So now he had to call for, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now he answering the questions, how it happened, how you got back. I mean, they found semen on the backseat.
Oh man.
Like, idiot, you didn't know it was locked from the inside because you always driving, but bro, how
That's
you,
embarrassing.
bro.
Wait. Have you seen the one where the cop, he takes some methamphetamine or some drug away from a guy, he goes into a local bathroom, he hits the drug, passes out, and he's laid out on the bathroom floor unconscious. His backup comes in. This is all on body cam too, so we see this. His backup comes up in there, and they're like, "Damn, he's passed out." They think something violent may have happened to him. It turns out he wanted to smoke the drugs.
High as a giraffe ass.
He wanted to smoke the drugs.
And what was it? Was it like fent? Did it put him
I think
down?
it was fentanyl because he was passed out. They brought him. I think they used what what's that drug?
The Narcan?
They used some Narcan in the ambulance. They brought him back, and I think he ended up getting terminated or something. But he was on duty. Let me go hit this pipe real quick.
Yeah, that's
after he took the drugs off of a dude.
Hey, but you know, he got a history of using crystal meth.
Drug use deception. A Sacramento County deputy revived by Narcan in what was first thought to be a chemical exposure. Now an internal investigation reveals it was really a fentanyl overdose.
Let's start with that investigation revealing the deputy lied about his drug use. Your reporter covering Sacramento County digging into those papers, revealing the details into the deputy deceit. Quite the story here, Madison.
It is, Tony, and that deputy report from the department shows is in the middle of a fentanyl overdose. Cameras caught most of this scene. Body camera footage even caught the interaction that report says is the moment that he got those drugs on a call earlier this very same day. A warning to some of our viewers, the video you're about to see may be disturbing.
Exactly what's coming.
A Sacramento County Patrol deputy, Marvin Morales, on the job back in October 2023.
Oh, you just been chasing the dragon, huh?
He conducted a suspicious suspect stop and cited the person for meth possession, according to the sheriff's office report. This video is from that interaction.
Chasing that dragon, boy!
Hours later, security camera video shows Morales going into a bathroom at the Central Division station. Moments later, he's found unconscious on the floor by another deputy.
Morales! Hey, Morales! Hey, drag him out! Drag him out! Drag him out! Drag him out!
According to the report, Morales intentionally smoked some of the suspected methamphetamine that he confiscated in tinfoil hours earlier. He experienced a fentanyl overdose. His own team and first responders administered multiple doses of Narcan.
When I walk in, I saw him leaning against the stall.
Morales obtained this glass pipe in August of 2023 on the job, months before the overdose, and lied in his report that he disposed of it. Instead, he took it home and admitted to smoking meth residue from the pipe 3 to 4 times over 2 months. In the report, a chief deputy noted that the large-scale emergency response to Morales prompted multiple media reports, including our coverage, of what was believed to be a potential chemical exposure. It generated genuine concern from the community that in turn, the chief deputy said, will ultimately result in discrediting the sheriff's office when the public would find out that Morales is not a victim and his actions were intentional.
Yeah. That's all that show. And then, you know, a lot of them people that come from overseas and in the service, they be over there getting high and they come back because I've been in the county jail and see them sheriffs and it was one sheriff doing this little baton and just walking around looking crazy by the eyes. I'm like, he high as fuck.
Damn.
And you ain't went home, bro. I've been seeing you for 3 days straight.
Yo, there's so many functioning addicts as well in our society. You know what I'm saying? I've recently kind of changed my ideas about drug use and, like, you know, decriminalizing certain drugs and stuff. I'm over here talking like a 50-year-old. We need a productive society. We can't have all these people out here fentanyling and stuff.
Man, shout out Lush, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We care about you, Lush.
Yo, chill out, bro.
No, Lush my boy. But nigga, I'll be checking on him like, you all right, nigga?
Yeah, dog. God. Oh, God. But you know what? I have been paying attention to journalism a lot, Alex. And I was watching this report, and when I saw it was a brother, and, you know, how frequently they were showing him on camera and stuff, the different shots and whatnot, it just kind of, in my head, went off. Like, I wonder if this is more excessive than they would do, like, you know, another cop or something like that. I've been trying to pay attention to that more so in journalism. Obviously,
Here's what you do.
He did is heinous.
I'll give you a tip. Whenever a cop gets arrested and you hear about it, see if you can find his mugshot. 90% of the time, you cannot find this mugshot. They don't release it.
It's just a name and the age. That's all it ever is. It's a name and an age. They never show the cop in any of the articles and stuff like that unless it's like a George Floyd level infraction. You know what I'm saying? Where it's national news and they can't hide the person.
Can never find the mugshots on a lot of these cases. Now, Munchie, you said Inglewood PD does not use body cams yet. Sanger PD did not use body cams during the years that Officer Torrance was abusing these women from 2016 to 2022. But as of January of 2026, And this case is a new case. I wonder if this case has any influence on this. But as of January 2026, Sanger Police now has body cams.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that, and I know he preferred not to have a partner so he could do this freaky shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy, bro. I learned that Inglewood Police didn't have or use body cams because this case I'm fighting right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he lying. Nigga, where the body cam? I'm a stay. Yeah, I didn't do it. Nigga. She's like, oh, well, you know, Inglewood is one of the few departments that don't. I'm like, man.
All right, man. I wanted to ask you guys about this this mayoral candidate for the city of Long Beach. I don't know if he's a serious candidate, but I think you guys might have some views. But the reason why he's been coming up in the news is because he announced that he wanted all the gang members in the city of Long Beach. He said 55. He had a number. He said 55 gang leaders. I don't even know. Is there 55 gangs in Long Beach? Maybe.
55 gangs or gang leaders?
Well, he referenced the gangs as well. So I think there might be about 50, 55, maybe.
All together, black and brown.
Yeah. He wanted all the leaders to come together because of the recent ICE protests. And just saying that, what's your first thoughts?
If you're a part of a gang, you never come forth as the leader. Gang leaders don't exist. You know what I'm saying? That's what stuck out to me.
Yeah, it's against the law to be a leader.
Yeah, that sounds like entrapment to me.
But I don't. You said the first thing to come to mind?
Yeah.
Is this mayor black?
No.
What nationality is he?
I want to say he's a white guy.
You could tell by his last name?
No, I'm gonna play a clip of him in a second where we could see him. He's giving interviews.
Well. If I was him and I was saying it, it'll be coming from a place of lead in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Stand together on this because it ain't right. You know what I mean? And Long Beach is the most diverse city with Cambodians, Asians, Tongans, Mexicans, blacks, everything under the sun. Like, bro, come together, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I get from it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm gonna play this clip so you can get a little insight into where this man's coming from. He gave an interview. I found this channel called Jackae Rae. Jackae Rae tracked this guy down on her channel.
Hey, Jackie.
From Jackae Rae TV, and she's black. And she asked him. She just wants to know, like, what do you mean? What's going on? So here we go. I take that back. He's a Latino, but he's white presenting. You know how it's very fair-skinned Latino. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Rogelio Martinez, a candidate for mayor in Long Beach, has decided to call for the leaders of 55 gang members to meet him at Long Beach City Hall at 5 p.m. Now, normally this is not a story that I would cover, and I wouldn't have covered it had I not seen this story make its way to MSN.com and then eventually make its way to WorldStar. WorldStar does not pick up posts until they go a little bit viral, which is concerning to me. Personally, do I expect this to have any sort of validity to it? Do I expect any gang members to come out? No. But we also don't live in a society where common sense is abounding right now. So I am concerned about what may take place this evening in our city. With that, I'm also concerned at the call, the rally call. Why would this be what anyone, but especially someone who considers themselves a mayoral candidate, why would they make this call? So I called Rogelio myself and I asked him to talk to me about this, and he did. And this is what he had to say. Long Beach made headlines recently with the 2 gardeners that were detained and actually taken into custody by ICE. Have you personally witnessed any confrontations with ICE in the city?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I've just been witnessing what the world has been witnessing, which is all of the images, especially of those 2 gardeners. That's what literally was for me the last straw. You know, I was like, you know what? Somebody's got to do something. I'm just a normal person. I'm no one special. I'm a grandfather of 2. I have a kid, a failed marriage.
Yo.
I'm not working right now. And I just figured, look, even me, with everything against me, I can do something about this. And so literally I said, you know what? I'm going to make a video that is going to get the attention of the world. And that's the video that I made.
Well, it worked. I have to be honest. Your call to action was not something that I would typically cover because I didn't think it was a good idea. However, once I started seeing it on national news sites, and then when you made World Star, which is one of those ones that you really have to kind of go viral a little bit before they pick you up, then I felt like this needed some attention. But when I think of gangs, especially covering what's happening in our city regarding gangs, I felt like this was a terrible idea. So what was your thought process behind this?
I was very meticulous and detailed in every word that I used. If you noticed, I never asked for any violence, not one time in the video. I never named a gang by name, meaning there is no gangs showing up today. Not one gang is showing up today because I didn't specifically call upon one gang. I made a very purposeful, intentional video to get the world's attention. And I just didn't know how much hate there was in the world for me.
Do you think there's hate in the world for you specifically, or is there an understanding that while you didn't specifically name gangs, gang members, and you did not specifically call for violence, gangs are violent? So you didn't necessarily have to say, violence. You did say we want to do a non-violent meeting of the minds per se, but there are families in Long Beach that have lost loved ones to gang violence. There are people who are still grieving from gang violence. There are communities in our neighborhood. I cover stories all the time about the racially motivated violence from gangs in this city.
Absolutely. And you know what? And those families have every right to backlash at me for the pain that the gangs have caused. It was my only way that I could get the attention that Long Beach needed. Look, right now, my daughter, my grandsons, even my ex-wife live in Long Beach. My little sister was born in Long Beach. Right now, I only care about...
All right, I'm going to end it there because it's a rather longer clip, but you get the idea of what... he basically admitted he was clout chasing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I wouldn't, not clout chasing though.
Okay, yeah, maybe clout chasing, because clout chasing has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But that's what he was trying to do something along those lines.
Yeah, he had no malice. He had no malice. It was an attention grabber. It worked.
All right, can I say something controversial based on what she said to him? Mm-hmm. Gangs are not violent. Gang members and gang individuals can be violent, but gangs themselves are not violent. That's my position.
I agree.
And for example, Munchie B, we go back to your heyday, many moons ago.
Right.
Your name was the name out there doing the dirt. You was definitely embracing violent activity at some time in your very far past, right?
Right.
Now, how many people out of 100 guys that you interacted with in Inglewood were on your level?
It had to go generations, like my generation.
Yeah. But I'm guessing you can count on less than 2 hands that were on your level.
Right.
And how many members you think the Inglewood is counted for members of Crenshaw Mafia, Inglewood family, all the hoods in Inglewood? Hundreds of members, right?
What you mean? Hold on.
Like how many people does the Inglewood PD say is an Inglewood family? They got a rough number, a rough estimate.
Yeah, they have an estimate of this, and then active, like actually over there, like they got their little numbers or whatever. But everybody ain't the violent one, bro. That's really like the the needle in a haystack. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
They be thinking everybody is these, you know what I'm saying?
And my problem with Jackae Rae, and it's not just her, the media makes us think that the gang is violent. If you was to hang out with the gang all day, all week, all month, you'll see that majority of the time there's nothing violent going on except probably smoking some weed, drinking some juice, striking the walls up. But when it comes time to go slide,
It'd be the same people.
it'd be the same people all the time. It'd be a minority of all of the people that hang out. And sliding don't happen every day.
Yeah, but the fact that it does happen, though, you could say the institutions are violent. It doesn't matter if it's only a few individuals enacting the violence. It's still happening. You guys are under the same umbrella.
Okay, so let's say 15% of a gang is violent. You're going to paint the other 85% who never slide, who never bust their gun, the same way as those 15% that like to slide?
Well, perception is like a simple thing. You're kind of forced to. You know what I'm saying? Like, perception and reality are two different things. Is your average American super violent? But when on the world stage, what are we known as? The military might in the world. We're the guys that get it done. You got a problem, some things are going to get blown up, some people are going to die, and this is going to be our territory now. It's the same thing with gangs. You don't need everybody to be a killer, but if you got 5 solid dudes, yo, we need those 5 blocks down there because the trade is better. So y'all go handle that, and we'll set up shop when you do. There's Marines, there's the Army, the occupiers. It's the same thing with the gang.
Well, everyone in the Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force are trained to bust that gun. They're 100% of the soldiers are trained to slide. Not in the gang. 100% of the gang members don't know how to slide.
Yeah.
Some do it better than others.
True.
And it is a skill that some gang members acquire.
Yeah.
So I would say that your military comparison is a little bit different because, as Munchie could attest, you got dudes that never want to slide, that don't know how to bust a gun, and even if they did go, they probably don't even know how to aim that gun properly. You know. So, you know, me studying gangs for as long as I've studied, and you see behind you, there's pretty much every book there's a gang book.
Yeah.
There's another shelf over here. Every book there's a gang book. I've come to learn that majority of the gang isn't violent, even though it's painted with that brush, like she just said, and like you're saying. And you even are saying, even if only 5% of the membership slides, as an entity as themselves, it's a violent entity. So that's a radical statement to say that if 5% of the people slide, them other 95% are getting painted with that same brush.
Yeah, because I feel like violence is like a bell that rings loudly. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about the initial strike and the happening, right? It's like the reverberations of it. Because how do gangs maintain power, right?
Hey, I'm going to say this. I don't know if it's a good idea for me to say the particular gang, but Alex, go pick up on what gang I'm talking about. 70s, all throughout the 80s, and maybe the early 90s. I believe this particular gang, 80% of them was violent. You know what I'm talking about? And they had the most members on death row.
Yeah.
And like that was, you know what I'm saying?
They were a small gang, and I guess everybody had to be a slider.
Right. Back in them days, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they was getting impressed by the Crips.
But you notice that even with the gang you just talking about, and I don't mind saying it because I've said it on other podcasts, the neighborhood family Swans, the 8-9 Swans.
Okay.
It's always the same names coming up. It's the same, it's the same circle of names that come up as being the main active sliders.
And it's crazy because Alex interviewed Bear from East Coast, and he said the names. He said my dad, my uncles. He mentioned Big Time.
You got Ragtime, Big Time.
Ragtime, Big Time.
Big Evil.
Big Evil, Sinister.
Sinister.
Like he named my uncles and all the names like his name, like, and my dad, like.
Yeah. And look, even with the 8-9 family Swans, which is probably no doubt historically one of the most violent sliders.
Right.
We're only talking about maybe 10 guys.
Right.
And I'm sure 8-9 family Swan, it was more than 10 dudes.
It's more than 10
dudes. Nah,
dudes.
but y'all are letting gangs off too easy. I was literally just talking to somebody about this the other day, like similar with the mafia. You only need 20 guys around, 20 wolves around a flock of sheep to do a lot of damage. The rest of society isn't even capable of these levels. What's
a lot of damage? Because right now, 2025, was one of the least violent years the city has seen.
Well, not now. We talking about, gladiators from a different time. Even in Munchie's generation, it was starting to become different.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying when we're talking about gangs historically, and especially if we're gonna do percentages, I can make the argument with the Army. What percentage of the American population is a part of the Army? Trained to slide, very small.
Wait,
very small.
What percent of
the American
Army?
population?
Oh, the American population
is a part of the Army.
No, but you compared the Army to the gang, though. But 100% of the Army is trained to do that.
True, but what I'm saying though is like.
But I think a better comparison, like what you trying to put it, if it's an NBA team, it's really like the big three, the three that do damage. Because if they injure
everybody
the team,
else is playing a role, and you benefit from the violent reputation.
You take one good guy off of an NBA team,
you in trouble.
Falls apart.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it falls apart.
Yeah.
Let LeBron get injured.
Yeah, it's over.
But they still playing and they still coming out every day.
But then also too, when you kind of take that away from gangs, like okay, they're not violent. Then what are they? Like a lot of the stuff surrounding gang culture is violent. Like even the homies' dads back in the day talking about, yeah, we used to put our lokes on and we used to catch fades, and the first person to get their lokes knocked off, you lost for the day. You couldn't put them back on.
Okay.
That's not even though it's friendly sparring amongst each other. You keeping your skills sharp and stuff. Normal people ain't doing that.
Gangs are violent in nature, inherently violent in nature.
You kind of have to be.
I disagree, because if I look at gangs 100 years ago, there's some books there that are older than our grandparents that were still considered gangs, but there was no violence.
So how did they operate? What were the main functionings? What did they do?
Non-violent activities most of the time.
Gambling, break dance, graffiti.
No, I'm talking about going back to the 20s and 30s.
Oh, okay.
The violence comes in as violence in America rises. So here's an interesting thing. If you look at a trend line of violence of gangs, and it increases in the 70s and 80s and 90s, you'll see that violence of non-gang members in American society trends up too. So I often link gang violence to traditional American violence regardless. When American crime goes down, guess what? Gang crime goes down. So gang crime and traditional crime peaks and dips similarly.
The health of a society. It's the health of a society.
So gangs are just a reflection of the grander society. So there was a time when America had very little bit of crime. The gangs were involved in very little bit of crime. But as America becomes more violent, so does the gangs. As we use more guns, so do the gangs.
But that's natural, even if we want to look at like our ancestors, primates. When resources are abundant, chimps aren't forming troops and going over to kill other chimps in other areas to eat their fruits and their foliage and stuff. They're just chilling, eating, having kids and stuff. And as the population rises and resources become more scarce, the younger males get together and say, hey, yo, we got to go up the block and go get this food, bro.
Yeah.
Or everybody's going to die here. Like, I operate from the thought process of military age men, age 16 to 42, inherently violent. That violence is going to occur when you have men that are capable of violence. When you get packs of boys running together, they're going to get into some kind of fights, some kind of scuffles. It's human nature. You got to keep their hands busy. You know what I'm saying? Like idle time is the devil's playground. So I believe like humans in general are violent. So when you band them together with a gang and now you start to get a hive mind, we have a goal in mind of maintaining territory, expanding, making more money than people around us, whether there are opposition or not, naturally violence is going to occur because that's the way of the human.
That's true. There's some truth to that.
Yeah.
So would you be reluctant of someone such as Rogelio Martinez is suggesting that can we organize gangs to be productive in certain segments of society? Let's say community activism, protest against police brutality. Would you be hesitant and reluctant of allowing some gang members to participate in the process of protesting, fighting for your rights, and pushing a different type of agenda?
No, not at all. One thing that stuck out to me, and I see people do this a lot, they try to act like gang members aren't a part of our society, you know? Like, because you say gang member, they automatically put them in like a other category. some of these dudes are civilians. They never, not civilians, but like they're just performing their civic duty if they decide to go vote or protest. Not everybody's been to jail and can't vote and has their rights, you know, pinholed or whatever. Some of these dudes can go out and do everything that a normal citizen
And for the
can
record,
do.
I've been in prison and I vote. You know what I'm saying? So, because some people think they can't vote because they've been in prison before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like gang members are normal people. Munchie has, you know, issues in the news that he probably hears and stuff, and he has a problem with, and he's, you know, wants to be vocal about it. Like, people act like gang members are aliens. Like, yeah, they participate in antisocial behavior, but the reason why we condemn it and punish them is because, like, hey, bro, you a part of this society. You got to do right by the society, and if you do wrong, we got a box for you to sit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, gang members aren't bad people in my mind. They're people that have made bad decisions compounding.
But to the mayor, right?
Mm.
Okay, when he PSA to the leaders, right? Okay, you know, in Inglewood they shutting down Inglewood High School so they can remodel it. So they put Inglewood High School and Morningside together, and then when they done remodeling that, they go shut down Morningside and they go all be in one school at Inglewood High School, right?
Okay.
So, you know, they brung the gangs, the Inglewood 18th Streets, the Inglewood Thresays, Inglewood Families, Queen Streets, Imperial Village, Crip, all these gangs, people that's factors from these different gangs together, so we could talk, because these gangs about to be all in the same school. How we gonna make sure the kids get back and forth to school safely, bro? Is y'all gonna be able to control these dudes and all that? So maybe the same sentiment went with this mayor, you know what I'm saying, of Long Beach. Like, man, y'all killing each other, and this is a diverse city. Y'all really need to be banding together based on, look what ICE doing. They chipping people.
Yeah.
They killing people and snatching gardeners that ain't did nothing to nobody and taking them into their custody or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's a semantics game. Like, anybody in politics, you got to be calling on the people. You know, you can't be calling on a certain sect of the people, because I feel like you can replace, like, gang members with, hey, all the white people in Long Beach, show up. We need, or all the Asian people.
Okay.
Like, that doesn't make sense when you're a civil servant.
For example, Poetic Flacco, he talked bad about gang prevention intervention and they giving money to gang bangers. All that's dumb, because guess what? Like the example I just gave, you can't call Flacco to get these kids together and stop doing what they doing, because you're not of that community, right? So you go get somebody that's respected, that's from that community. Hey, holler at the young life, the YNs, and you know what I'm saying. So like, I could see why he will reach out to the leaders of the community. He should have said leaders of the community instead of gangs.
Right.
He should have worded that different.
Right.
But that was his mission, to get people attention. So, I mean,
no, I think some gangs should be called out, because throughout society, people from gangs have become successful and have achieved quite a lot of notoriety. People that were in gangs. We have former gang members that have become boxers and champions. We got former gang members that have become judges. We got gang members in all segments of professional society.
True.
So I have no problem saying, come on down, gang, because I don't look at the gang the same way you might look at the gang, because I've been embedded with them, and I see like, oh, that guy right there, he ain't a slider, but he's cool with all the homies. But he got a good head on his shoulders. He could be somebody.
For
you
sure.
know? So I know, and this is the majority of the hood.
For sure.
Someone like Munchie was an extreme dude in his heyday. You know, and a lot of us think that the whole gang is full of a bunch of Munchies.
Yeah.
And it ain't.
Yeah.
You know.
because you got some Keyshawn Johnsons.
For
that
sure.
was in the NFL.
Deshaun Johnson, too.
You got some D-Jacks from 40s.
How many times do you think D-Jack slid on an enemy and popped one?
Never.
Maybe not. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not ever.
I would say probably never.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And you got some Nipseys that had a voice and it was very monumental in this community. I don't believe he did like no super violent thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a fight.
But then it's like this though, and I feel.
So when you call him,
because we have a problem. Black people got a problem with condemning our own, for sure, because we deal with so much from the outside. We don't want to pile on. But like, I feel like when you see the Italians talk about the mafia and how much they didn't like the mafia and what it was doing to the Italian image, and them forming these, organizations to cleanse their image in the media and, whatever. Like, it's the same thing applies to us, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, but you can't compare Italian mafia to Bloods and Crips. Italian mafia is a whole different level of violence.
True.
Looks like I wouldn't compare Bloods and Crips to Mexican cartel.
But we should almost look at it with more of a severity, because there's so few of us here. Every one of our lives matter. If it's in jail or if it's been destroyed, it hurts that much more, because these other groups can be like, oh, hey, I'm white.
I agree.
I'm white.
We definitely got to pay special attention to it. But here's something we also got to do. We got to stop criticizing the gang member that wasn't a slider. This is a conversation I have all the time. Hey, have you heard of such and such from such and such hood? Oh yeah, I know who he is, but he ain't nobody. I said, why? He ain't never slid on nothing. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop condemning the gang member that didn't kill somebody and saying he's less of. And I have these conversations every day. I just had one yesterday. Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with such and such. Oh, okay, I can get you in touch with him. All right, cool. Why you want to holler at him? Oh, I think he might be cool for podding. Okay, he ain't never done nothing in the hood like that. I don't care. A majority of dudes ain't never done nothing like that in the hood.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing. We got to stop talking like that, saying that because you didn't slide, you're less of a man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. When I went to Morningside in 9th grade, I ain't gonna put him out there, but the homie from Avenue Paru, he used to be our substitute teacher. So when the sub come, you act the ass, but we didn't do that with him because we ain't trying to show him out. You know what I'm saying? It's the homie he go watching this, he gonna know who he is. Like he from Avenue Paru. Like he was our substitute teacher, and you got those, and he's from where he from. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. No, I know that there's tons of talent in the hood, tons of intelligence in the hood. I always say that one of the most untapped wells in America is the inner city kids, and that is no color.
Judge
you know
Mathis.
what I'm talking about?
You familiar with Judge Mathis?
Of course.
How many people you think he killed?
Where he from?
He's in a gang in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Probably not. Probably not anybody.
I don't think he slid on anybody, but he was out there squabbing.
For
he
sure.
was out there hanging out on the block.
But then it's like
he was out there getting arrested for petty things.
It's like this though too. Why you got to be from a gang though? Especially the way that, so like my dad, when he describes how gangs were forming around him and stuff, he was like, yo, we were just the dudes from this area protecting our block. Like they had some name like the Avenue Boys or something. I'm making it up. Can't remember what it was, right? And then it turned into gangbanging like after that, where it was like serious, like we out to get you, da 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 da. Why do you have to rep where you from super duper hard? Like we got sports teams and stuff for that, bro. We got the LA Lakers. We could be proud to be from Los Angeles because we got the LA Lakers, and there's a team called the Chicago Bulls, and we want to beat them every year for a championship. You don't need to designate yourself to these like 6, 7, 8 blocks of a neighborhood and be willing to commit violence, whether it's fighting, shooting, stone throwing.
You're compounding representing an area to the violence. Now, the first part of your question I'll answer. Every gang is also a place, and every place has people that have pride for that place. Just like we're talking about Venice. Right. We love our Venice. We have pride for Venice.
Yeah.
The same people from Venice Showline love Venice. The same people from V13 love Venice. And the same people who didn't gang any were part of that still love Venice. So I always look at the gang as two things. It's a gang and it's a place. Okay. And we have pride for that place.
Well, guess what? If somebody from Culver City Threat say, see Ricky, he got too much vintage pride, it might whoop him.
Yeah.
All
right, real quick, I want to play the older clip from a lady from Cudahy. She was the deputy. She's the vice mayor of Cudahy. She kind of said a similar thing. This is a real quick clip. Here we go.
I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles. 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you.
Now, that was the Vice Mayor, Cynthia Gonzalez of Cudahy, about a year ago. Kind of similar thing, but she's an official, whereas Mr. Rogelio is just a candidate, which he probably will not win. He doesn't look like he don't look like he got any backing.
He sound like he's still getting over his divorce.
Yo, he getting on his feet.
He said
for
failed
real.
marriage. Hey man, hey look. That's why I said his was more calculated because he seen what happened with her.
Yeah, he didn't say no gang names.
Yeah, so he knew what he was doing.
But he still took a backlash though. He took the same.
He was
backlash.
willing to take it though.
Yeah.
He was willing to take it. But shout out her though, and man, I wish she just would have thought about that, man. Because she's speaking from her heart.
I think she made a great point too.
Yeah,
18th Street, F13, you guys out there banging and doing this, but now we got ICE in our neighborhood. Where you guys at?
Oh, she was popping it for sure.
Yeah, but
she was popping it.
That was a kitchen conversation. That wasn't made for, you know what I'm saying?
You know what this sound like? She went to high school with some of these dudes, and she was, you know what I'm saying? It's really for y'all three, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just throw everybody.
No,
in there,
she got a few cousins that's down.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the type of vibe.
Man, she didn't mean no malice. She just saying, bro, y'all doing all this riff-raff, and then when it's really time to stand up, what's up?
Yeah.
This the real enemy. They taking y'all grandmas and y'all aunties and sending them back to where they come from.
Yeah,
and I understood where she came from, but that man, baby girl, that came out wrong. That came out wrong. That was a kitchen conversation.
Yo.
You could have called me and told me that, but
she sounded like a little chola herself.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta push back a little bit though, Alex. This idea came to me because you said it's the gang and then it's the place. And Munchie mentioned Culver City, and I have an interesting you know, kind of like background in my area. So I used to literally go train and play soccer in the Culver City projects every week. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of those guys, and we tight and stuff.
Mar Vista?
Yeah, Mar Vista Gardens. You know what I'm saying? I would be in there every single week. Everybody knew I went to
is that
Venice
the year
and
when
stuff
it was
like
cool
that.
though? Because they used to split them projects back in the days. Or is that
No,
too far back?
That's way too far back
that's
for
before
my
y'all
generation.
time.
That's
Okay.
way too far back. So like even that, right? So it's the gang and it's the place, but like there's the place of like the far west or West LA. There's so many different gangs that will proudly rep West LA, but they got beef with each other, and there would be a problem if they ran into each other here or there. So it's like saying it's the gang and then it's the place will like define the place. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to say like, especially Munchie comes from a big place in Inglewood. It's subdivided, right? There's certain gangs that control certain areas of Inglewood, but it's all Inglewood. And y'all are all beefing in Inglewood. And guess what? Inglewood is a part of LA. It's all LA, but LA is divided over these like subsections for what reason? You know what I'm saying? And as someone that comes from Venice, I feel like, yeah, I can, in my mind, see it and understand why. You know what I'm saying?
The city is divided by 88 neighborhoods by the government. The government divides the city into 88 separate 90 separate communities. Venice would be one of them.
Yeah.
You know, West Adams is another.
For sure.
Mid-City. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
But
so
then,
there is
you know,
this division.
People will say the East Side. People will say, you know, West LA. They'll say the West Side. Like, that's encompassing a lot of people that I would even be better if the gangs were larger and they were all getting along and there wasn't so much infighting between such small spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dream for black people, if you're going to have, there's always going to be gangs, right? Like, why don't we got a black mafia? Like, why isn't it just everybody coming together, getting money together? You know what I'm saying? No, for real, though. For real. You know, like the Italians, they were subdivided between what? They say 5 families?
5 families in New York.
Come on, that kind of makes sense. That's a smaller number. How many gangs we got?
A lot.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
It don't make sense. It becomes to a point where a risk of danger keeps elevating. The more you draw these lines, the more you don't cross that, don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're living in unprecedented times in Los Angeles. Murder rates down. Violent crime is down.
For sure.
I mean, when I was going to high school, the city was having 900 to 1,000 murders a year. So now we're having about 300 a year. So that's like a major reduction. So I don't think all of these issues are a problem of violence. Obviously, they're not. We got 40,000 documented gang members in the city of LA that committed maybe 100 to 150 of those murders last year. That's a low number to me. That's a low number.
For sure. Oh, 100%.
You know, we got 4 million people in this city. The city says we have 40,000 gang members, and those gang members committed 100 murders in last year, or maybe 150. I mean, imagine if all 40,000 gang members that the city claims we have were sliding. What would the murder rate be like?
Through the roof.
Yeah, so I don't think that what you're talking about is ever going to go away. We're always going to have conflict. There's always going to be subdivisions. Think of the natives that were on this land in the 1800s. You know how many tribes were just in the we call now the United States? How many tribes existed from the West Coast to the East Coast?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just be 3 or 4 or 5 tribes?
Facts.
Every little area has a tribe. The Seminoles, the Apaches, the Algonquins, the Chumash. I mean, there were so many tribes. You know, same question. Why can't they just be less tribes and less conflict?
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's just human nature. We want, for example, West Side, East Side, Crip in the 1970s. Huge gangs. But it was human nature to say, you know what? I don't want to represent West Side. I want to represent this street. I want to represent Adams Boulevard. I want to represent 83rd Street. I want to represent 90th. People don't want to represent something that they don't reflect in themselves. They want to represent where they are actually at. So I think that's why we saw East Side end up becoming 100 gangs. West Side Crip end up dividing into like 100 gangs because people were like, West Side? I live over here. I live in Dinker Park.
Yeah, for sure.
I live in Inglewood.
Yeah.
I live on 83rd Street. So I think human nature is also a reason why we kind of just fracture into smaller units. I look at Native American tribes and I look at these maps and I'm like, wow, there was like 100 different Indian groups in this small area in California or in Arizona or New Mexico or Texas or Florida. Why couldn't they just unite?
Seminoles, Sentinels, Apaches.
Yo, but it's also something about the African American though, where we're so prideful, and I feel like that's why I value our lives so highly. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, Africa's a continent. Places, you know, countries in Africa, they
go
beef
to
with
any
each other.
country in Africa. Go to Tanzania, Angola, Congo. You know how many languages? How many languages you think the average country in Africa speaks?
Too many.
Too many.
Yeah.
To your point, why don't y'all just speak one freaking language and unite?
Yo, but we're something special out here though. There's only so many of us. We only make up 14% of the population, and most of the population for a really long time didn't even like us. So us offing each other is nuts.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
we're going to continue this conversation on another episode.
Yeah.
Munchie B, let them know where you're at. Because we could talk about this all day, every day.
Yeah.
Morals Over Money TV. Everybody like, hype, subscribe. And Victoria's Secret by Munchie B. Man, help me get them subscribers up.
And Ricky,
yeah,
let them know.
You can find me at Ricky Roy on all platforms. YouTube channel is about to be dropping pretty soon. About to start uploading some commentary, you know, political, fashion, culture. So that's Ricky and Nick's Pick 6 on YouTube.
All right, Alex Alonso 101 on all social media platforms. If you want to listen to this episode, Spotify, Apple, and iHeart. If you want to watch clips of this, the StreetTV YouTube channel. We out.